Thanks to our sponsor, Gold Connections, tax preparation done in excellence. One thing that people don't like to do is play in any way with any of the alphabet agencies. That's a CIA, FBI, or the IRS. That's why it's so important for you to partner with a reliable, well-informed professional tax preparer. Worry less by leaving it to the experts, and Gold Connections are here to help you from personal to bookkeeping, even if you're self-employed. Barbers, hairstylists, truck drivers, daycare providers to nail techs, they have you covered too. And in all 50 states. So get your max refund today. Don't delay. Don't let this tax season overwhelm you. Trust Gold Connections to handle all your taxes with precision and care. Contact Gold Connections, GOLconnections.com. That's GOLconnections.com. Go ahead and ask for Miss C. You're locked in. You're listening to Hello Audacity Podcast, where we highlight audacity in business from startup to multi-level success, finance, health, wealth building, and the journey to self-discovery. The added bonus is that you get to learn from industry leaders and hear victory stories across the nation. Now that's Audacity. I'm your host, LaShamarie. Let's get into it. From side hustle to cheesecake empire, we sit down with a familiar face and returning co-host. Danielle Moore of Dani Cheesecake has taken branding excellence to another level. With her innovative ideas to satisfy our sweet palate, she's adding to our big backs across the nation. Danielle has used local resources to excel her vision along with being an influential thought leader within her community. In this update episode, we catch up with Danielle and discuss the importance of a phenomenal team, hitting big milestones and what that means for a business owner. And also, she's partnered with New Venture Accelerator to give you an added resource for her annual Black Tie Business Mixer of the Year, which takes place in a couple of weeks, so you don't want to miss it. So I'm glad to catch up with you, everyone. Let's welcome Danielle Moore of Dani Cheesecake.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today, hon.
Of course. All right. So we have to tell our viewers, for those that have never met the empire that is Dani Cheesecake, let's share a little bit about your story, because I think it's phenomenal and how you were able to get to this point right now. So go ahead. Put your shine.
So Dani Cheesecake started as a way to make some extra money for my son, my oldest son that was going off to college in 2020. And I started using my coworkers and customers as guinea pigs. I was working at a bank at the time, and I was literally slinging cheesecakes and checks out the drive-thru. And it just kind of grew from there. So it went from me as like a side hustle to I do this full time. It's my full-blown business now.
Right. And I know a lot of us really push, if you have that entrepreneur spirit, there's nothing wrong with a good side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of big companies make it because we believe in our gift and talent. So you put in the work while you're working the 9 to 5. And I always say the 9 to 5 gets it, okay?
Yes.
To your legacy. And that was what you had to do. You started and you said, you know what? I quit my job. I believe in me more. So, I love your story for sure.
Thank you.
A lot of people think it's easy.
Ooh.
And it's not. And the easier part is you giving up.
Absolutely. People do think entrepreneurship is easy. It is not. I do not, if anybody out there thinking about leaving their job to go full time with their business, do not take that lightly. Have a plan, have some type of way to fund it. I initially funded my business out of pocket first, and I wish I would have knew a little bit better from the beginning, and I would have got funding from the beginning. So just anybody who's thinking about doing entrepreneurship, just know it's a constant grind. It's not a 9 to 5. You're gonna be working 80 to 100 hours a week. Like, right. You really have to be consistent with it if you want your company to grow. And it depends on what type of business you start. The first couple of years, you might not be taking a paycheck. So just keep that in mind.
That is so true. And I always like to shout out our teams, because it's never done by ourselves. Like, I depend on my virtual assistant. You know, it's good to
Yes,
have a social media manager. You have a good team, and I wanted to shout that out because I know how much you appreciate them. So
absolutely.
yes, yes. So tell us how important it is in order for you to rally around people that believe in your product and you, because you know, some dependable
Yes.
people is the key, and you've done good. So tell people how important it is to get that kind of support behind you.
You want your business to be able to run whether you there or not. If everything catch on fire when you leave, you're not going to enjoy it. You're going to get burned out because you're going to have to take time for yourself, and your business still got to be able to stand whether you there or not. So having
Mm-hmm.
an important team, having good training, treating your team correctly. I have a small team. It's literally about four of us, but we make it work.
Right, right. I had the segment last year where I kind of highlight not just members, but your support staff as well. I think I come from an era where you went to the grocery store and you understood that, you know, Aunt Sandra at the grocery store was a neighborhood staple within that store alone. So just, you know, being able to shout out, you know, the staff that we currently have, though they may not be CEO or founder, they are very instrumental in how we get it. So go ahead. Can you tell me, not that I know all of your staff is wonderful, but let's give them a time to have them a shout out, because I've seen your growth. I've seen your amazingness, and I know that they are key into becoming who you are today.
Absolutely. Who I like to call my number two, my right hand man, is Miss Ebony Vines. She has been rocking with me, almost 2 years now. For the first year, she didn't take a salary. She just believed in the dream and the vision, and she really helped me. So I cannot tell her thank you enough. Right
Right,
now things have been kind of slow, and they still rocking with me. I haven't had my team members work lately, but they still rocking with me. My oldest son works with me, Amarian Holloway, my middle son, Mikhail Jackson, and then my bonus mom, my stepmom, Maggie Nims, all work with me. So all of them are family. Thank God
yeah.
I have a good support system. They will come. Even my dad will come and work sometime. He'll come, set up, make cheesecake, and then wherever I'm at, he'll show up and buy cheesecake at full price. So having a great support system, having a great team, and able to be able to trust them. Like prime example, I went to Seattle in October, and I had a big event when I came back, and I was gone for like almost a week. And when I came back, my team member had them made the product, jarred them, everything. So all I literally had to do, because I came in like 7 o'clock that morning, I had an event that afternoon. No, I won't do that again, but I was I was able to come pick up the product and go to the event, and not having to worry about how I was gonna get it fixed or having to cut my time short. And they left me alone. I came back and I trust them, and everything was fine.
Yeah. That's always good when you can have that. I always tell people when, you know, we have coaching sessions or something like that, they always ask, you know, or they always say that they're investing in something in the very beginning, where you could really find resources that are free, or, you know, get that core support behind you instead of spending funds in the beginning, because you don't have it in the beginning.
Right.
Know? So I tell people where to invest in. And that's important, because sometimes we just move too fast. I know I wasted a lot of money in the beginning.
Oh, I know
Uh,
I wasted a lot of money. 'Cause I'm the first, like, all my family members, most of my family members always have had a side hustle. I'm the first one to actually have like a business, and I didn't have nobody to ask questions, look up to. So who? When I tell you, I went, like I said, my one of my mistakes was me going through my savings and running up my credit cards, trying to keep this business afloat. Because the more you grow, the more money you have to keep up with that growth.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that you're attached to a group, and I didn't get the group's name. However, I was being nosy on your page, like I normally am on all of my guest pages, trying to pull out some of the meatiness that I can bring up on the show. So I knew
Mhm.
that you went through a group, or I think it was a women's empowerment group, where you were cited for having your first six-figure year.
So
So,
I wasn't necessarily part of a group. What happened was, Miss Charmaine, I took her tax class actually the end of 2021 because I don't know why I thought it was a good idea. I was going to I had just left my job in December 2021 and I was going to go into full time with Dani Cheesecake and run a tax company. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. That
uh,
was horrible. That was a very horrible idea. I didn't realize how much detail go into opening and running a business and trying to do two of them at the same time. It just was not. So I actually had took her tax class. She sat down with me, did some one-on-one coaching on how to structure my business correctly. So I just kind of messaged her. I was like, hey, I did hit my goal for this year. And she be fussing at me. She be like, you need to celebrate your wins. And
yes.
I'm kind of like, I really don't be thinking I'll be doing nothing extraordinary.
No,
I just
you have to celebrate you're so humble. That's where that is.
Well, thank you. I really don't feel like I did anything spectacular because, and then people hear that and it's six figures in sales. But they don't realize
Yeah.
the back end of how
Oh,
much taxes come
I
out of
was just
that.
I was just about to say that. We always share those six-figure wins. However, there are numbers behind that. It's
Mm-hmm.
not, but this is good for you because it does show growth in a very short time. I might add, ma'am.
Yes. 2022, I ended at 47,500. 2023, I ended at 110,000 and like $300 in sales.
Okay, awesome, and we are growing, of course. Um,
Absolutely.
So let's highlight some of the products. Do you have them? You have them locally, y'all. I'm sorry. She's out of Auburn and Opelika,
Mm-hmm.
Alabama. So and she delivers. So don't let that stop you. You do not have to be local in order to get some cheesecake, and it's good. It's so
Absolutely.
it's good that I had to hide it from my family because you got to get your own. You got to hunt
Thank
down that
you.
area in order to get your own. So, can you tell us where locally, or have you went national yet? Where can they find you? In store.
So I'm working on getting in stores, but that's another thing of having to have the funding for that. To
Okay.
get in retail, you have to be able to not. Let's say they order 20,000 in 2 weeks. Not only do I have to buy the product, make it, pay the staff, they might not pay me for another 90 days. So
Okay.
let's say all of them don't sell, they'll charge you back for that. Then not only do you have to make it, I have to store it and I have to get it to the stores. So I would love, my target goal is actually to be in Target. I would love to be in Target. I would love to be in Publix. Those are the stores that I'm targeting. But I am working on to get that done.
Okay. All right. I just thought it was local at a coffee shop there. I don't know why
Oh,
it was.
yes. It was in the coffee shop in downtown Opelika. It hasn't been lately because it's been kind of slow. And it's in 34 Market in Dadeville, Alabama.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Now let's think about last year. I
Hmm.
always like to highlight some things that we did for our business last year. Just the acknowledgement that I did do some stuff right. So can you tell me three wins within your business of 2023, or any milestones that hit, especially since we haven't spoke? Is there anything that you want to shout that out that other than that six figures, that's one. Other than
Um,
that, what else can you shout out about your wonderful year?
well, one of the I won Minority Business of the Year from the Opelika Chamber of
Yes, you
2023.
did.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you. um, Another win for me was putting my people on payroll. That was big to me to see my name actually on a check stub and they actually getting their first W-2s this year. I don't know why I'm so excited about them getting their check stub because it's coming on my
Yes.
account, but that just made
I
my heart
saw your
smile.
post. I was like, go girl.
Um, and another win for me is just constantly growing. Like I literally set my mind out. So I'm gonna make six figures this year. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I literally sell just cheesecake, just desserts. So this year my goal is a $500,000 in sales. So we're gonna be real aggressive trying to work on getting that goal completed this
Okay.
year. And to be profitable this year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important. Awesome. So let's move into this. I think this is a big movement, because of course I love the community when we can come together and share resources. And I think you're
Absolutely.
doing just that. And in the business networking events that you're having, I think you started it last year. Is that correct? You had your
Yeah, so
first business.
the initial one that I actually did was for Ebony, who works for me. She's also going to school for marketing. She want to open up her own marketing firm. So the first one that we did was actually for her event. This one is actually my event, and I partner with our university New Venture Accelerator, and they
Mhm.
have, and I also taken a lot of their classes. They have a lot of free classes that they offer to entrepreneurs that people didn't know. How I got on their list, I think I don't know if they reached out to the chamber some kind of way. I got an email from them to start joining their class, and that's how I started with them. But the event is February 10th. It is a
Okay.
formal Black business mixer, and basically, the event is for if you are an entrepreneur, young professional thinking about starting a job. I want to have like my CPA is going to be there. We're looking to have a lawyer there. Just you can have all of the resources that I didn't have from the beginning. New Venture's going to be there. They're going to also explain the opportunity and the stuff that they offer for you to be able to help you with your business. And it's just for us to come together in numbers, like you said, bounce ideas off each other, help each other grow.
Okay. And I do see it I see a lot of the extraness that you're giving the community by pulling in another organization to provide more resources. And I acknowledge that as the growth. And I missed your party, the event last year. However, everybody raved about it. And I think
Thank
this
you.
year, I think you this year by adding and teaming with that other organization, just
Absolutely.
you're able to give a little bit more.
Hmm.
So that's gonna be good. And you have a comedian, and we get a dinner. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So we have Mario Torre, who's coming out of Atlanta. He's right now currently on tour with Country Rain at the moment, but he's hilarious. He's a great. He did our first event. I actually saw Mario a couple years ago, and then we saw him again in Auburn. That's just how we reconnected. And so I reached out to him about coming to our first event. He was like, absolutely, whatever you need. So he came. He was thrilled to come to our second event. But like I said, you're going to have a comedian. You're going to have dinner. We're going to play a game called Cupid Shuffle, which is similar to Dirty Santa. You bring a gift minimum of $25. And that's just kind of a way that people get to know each other and interact with each other. New Venture is going to
Mhm.
talk just a short brief what they offer and how you can join their program to help you structure your business. Because my point of this is, if I can save somebody not spending as much money as I did in the beginning, then that's my
Yeah.
thing. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to. I might not have the funds, but if I can point you in the right direction of the resources, that's what I would love to do.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be really nice. So I'm hoping. I told you I've been traveling just like I am right
Yes,
now.
you've been
Uh,
traveling a lot, ma'am.
I have. God is good. So,
Yes,
so I definitely put that on my calendar. Of course, we're gonna have all of the information on how you can take part in this Black Tie business networking event. That is going to be a nice kind of coming together in the community, which I know that we are tough when it comes to Auburn and Opelika.
we're gonna work on it. We're gonna keep working
Right.
on it.
Right. So yeah, you'll be able to reach out in order for you to get your ticket, your sister's ticket, your auntie ticket, somebody a
Yes.
ticket.
So it is a formal event. We have two ticket prices. The $50 ticket price is for the cocktail hour only, which is the first hour. You can come in, mix and mingle, give out some business card, talk to some people, and go home. You come in like your best business attire. The $100 ticket is for the whole event. So the first hour, the cocktail hour. The second hour, we're gonna have our comedian. The third hour is where we're gonna have New Venture and do our Cupid Shuffle game, and then we have a little light music at the end. So if you just
Okay.
want to come in and give out your business card and go home, that's cool. We have that for you as well.
Awesome. What date is that?
February 10th. I'm sorry, it's February 10th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at in Auburn at the Duval Center.
Duval.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. I haven't been that location yet, but I'm sure it's gorgeous.
Yes, it
So
is.
awesome. Awesome. Is there anything else that you want to share with our audience? Anything that you're working on? Any highlights in your products at all?
Yes. Right now I'm testing out some vegan options. I
Wow.
actually just made a box. I'm going to see Tabitha Brown February 1st. I'm excited. So I made her
Oh,
a cheesecake jar. Actually, I'll show them to you.
oh, that's awesome. Going to see Auntie Tabby.
Yeah, so I made her some. They all vegan, soy free. So I'm playing with some different recipes right now. What else do I have coming up? Oh Lord, I just lost train of thought.
No,
Jesus.
it's okay. You're doing so much. We actually very happy that I was able to pull you away from your very, very busy schedule. But I
Thank
did
you.
want to have just a recap, have you back on. I think the last time you were on, it was just in October, maybe
I think that sounds about right.
about October. But I definitely wanted to highlight that, but also give the resources to the community. You
Mhm.
need to get involved in this business mixer. And I think it's great that someone, multiple people within the community have these events in order to inform you
Yep.
on how to get started, any questions, and the resources so that you don't have to make the mistakes. That's why we have these, so you
And
can
we're
learn something, as your granny say.
Yes, we're gonna have plenty. Not only gonna have new venture, we're gonna have plenty other business consultants there. So not only help you start a business, but to stay in business. And one thing I can give to entrepreneurs is take care of your mental health. This is not for the weak. Make it a point to do self care. I don't care what it is. If you need to take 30 minutes to be quiet, because them slow times, them times where you might make $1, them times you might not make nothing, you might be in the red. That's gonna really weigh on you. So definitely take care of yourself and be mindful with your spending. If you're doing good this month, just know next month is coming. So
Hmm.
that's just my
Yeah.
little words of advice.
Oh yes, and that's the last thing I usually ask is what kind of wisdom can you share to the audience, and you just did. So thank you for adding that. I'm so excited to see you and next month actually.
Yay.
So tell people how they can order. I know that they're reading it from the bottom of the the info below. But go ahead and let the audience know exactly how they can reach you for their cheesecake locally and how to get it delivered.
Okay. So you can order on www.thedanicheesecake.com. You can order your cheesecake there. We do delivery for catering orders only because you have to order a certain amount for us to do delivery. We do ship. We do have overnight shipping as well on the website. And you can reach me on my personal page at Danielle Moore or on Dani Cheesecake page at Dani, Dani Cheesecake on Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for joining us, girl. Thank you guys for tuning in another episode of Hello Audacity podcast. And you can be a guest as well if you have a gift, service, product, or testimony. Please go ahead, click the link which is below. Come on and be my next co-host today. This is the year to expand in every way possible. It's your girl. Good night.